Hello everybody. Now in this video we're going to talk about arrays in Java. And it turns out I lied earlier about for loops. There actually is like the iterative type of for loop, like as in iterating through an iterable object. In Java, it isn't that dumb. So today we'll look at that and also just how to create arrays, which I think we have briefly looked at before, but here's like a formal introduction. So let's have our class. I think string args just means argv in C++, but I'm not sure. Anyways, to create an array, the basic syntax is this. So you have the type of each element in the array, and you also have square brackets to indicate that it is an array, and also the name. And if you want to like directly initialize it, you can do this, something like this, with curly braces like in C++. Or if you want to, if you like know the size of the array and you want to kind of get like a default value across all indexes, all positions in the array, then you can do new int. I'm pretty sure this is how you do it. So int 10. And then there's like a default value for like types. So the default value for int is 0, and then the default for bool would be false, and then the default for double would be 0.0, and so on. So what that means is that this array will basically start off as 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 10 times. Alright, so this is our basic array, and just like in any other language, you can mutate this array by using indexes. You can get elements in the array, so let's try that out now. So let's just say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then now this indexing syntax, it looks like it isn't universal, like it doesn't work on a string object, for example, but we'll try it. Okay, so as we can see, it printed out 2, and the reason it didn't print out 1 is because in Java and in a lot of programming languages, in most programming languages, arrays and everything else are 0 indexed. That means the first element isn't indexed with 1, it's indexed with 0. So if we try to like access index 0, then we can see that it does actually say 1, because 0 actually refers to the first element, and 1 is the second element, and 2 is the third element, and so on. And it is actually, if you do a bit of competitive programming, it's actually very confusing. Or you tend to make a lot of mistakes just because of like a one-off error, which is very annoying. But anyways, here is that demonstrated. And we can also mutate elements in the array. So we can do mutate it to like 10 or something. Oh, oops. Okay, and we can see that it did mutate. Now I'm pretty sure Java cannot mutate it across types. Like you can't assign it to something. Yeah, you can't convert this to like, you can't put this in the array directly, because you already said that the array is an array of integers, and this is clearly a double. So I think you can cast this though. Like you could just turn this int to int, and then it should work. So like a brief glance back into casting. Yeah, so it casts, I guess it gets the floor of each each floating point number. Instead of rounding it, it just takes the smallest integer or the largest integer that is smaller than it. Anyways, iteration. So it turns out that Java does indeed have like for I in something sort of iteration. It is actually basically identical with C++, I think. So int I array system.out.print. I wonder if there are macros in Java. This is all very verbose. Anyways, so yeah, so for int I in array, basically the equivalent in Python would be like for I in array, right? Yeah, Python's a bit more verbose, but this syntax also looks good in my opinion. But yeah, so this basically goes through every element in the array. Now I'm not sure if this is a mutable reference or not. So like if you mutate this, so wait. So what if are you even supposed to do it like this? I'm not sure. Alright, so and then let's try to print out the array now. Okay, that is weird. We will just simply print this out again. Let's just check if it is a mutable reference. If it's mutable, then you should be able to mutate the array based on, no, it is not a mutable reference. So here, it looks like we modified an element of this array, but in reality, I guess you can think of it like they're automatically creating a variable I inside the scope specifically, and you're mutating the variable. You're not mutating the actual element in the array. If this was like a mutable reference, I'm not sure even if this exists in Java, but if it's a mutable reference, then I guess you could modify the actual array with this. But anyways, you can also use the traditional form of for loops in Java with arrays. So int I equals 0, then I dot array. So in this case, it's not array dot length. It's not a function. It's an attribute, which seems a little weird. So array I. Alright, so yeah, this is also basically equivalent. If you're doing something that requires mutation, so let's just do like the thing we just tried to do. So if you're trying to like say mutate stuff in the array, then I guess you could traverse this with an index. If you're just trying to access it, doing the for I in array might be faster. So let's just try to repeat this. Oh wait. Arrays I. Or actually we could, or yeah, let's try with this first. Array. Out of bounds, and let's see what went wrong. So array 5. No, it should not be always indexing 5. And this is a good place to demonstrate, I guess. If you try to access an array out of bounds, like I just did, for example, you see there are 5 elements in the array, but we remember arrays are 0 indexed. So in reality, this array is indexed something like this. So it's like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the max index is 4. Index 5 is not in the array. Now in like another more low-level language like C++, you actually don't get, I'm pretty sure like on compile time you do get a warning, but like in something like C, I guess it just results in undefined behavior, which is something else. But yeah, let's just try if our code works first. So yeah, if you try to access an array out of bounds, it gets a very long exception name called array index out of bounds exception. In Python, it's just index error. Sounds much better. But yeah, we can see that this does mutate, and we can also use the other type of traversal. But yeah, this does the exact same thing. Also, why is it so slow? Like, that is incredibly slow. Oh my god. But yeah, so today we basically briefly looked over arrays. Arrays have pretty big application if you're storing like a group of data values or something like that. Although I'm pretty sure you can't mutate the length of arrays, so working with arrays themselves might be a bit clunky in Java. But yeah, they are like the basis of a lot of data structures. And yeah, that is all to this video.